I just received a message asking me to contribute to a GoFundMe appeal to support a young family whose brand new house was completely destroyed in the fires outside Boulder, Colorado yesterday. And it made me think about plans and goals because this is the new year. And traditionally, a lot of people sit down and they write their goals and decide what they're going to give up and what they want more of and what they want to achieve in the coming year. And there's nothing wrong with establishing goals and plans towards them. But one of the lessons that comes out of the last 2 years is that however well conceived our plans are, they tend not to turn out the way that we hope. So I think there's an additional approach that is perhaps worth considering, which is, what is life going to throw at me today and how am I going to respond to it? I think this is about helping people face what they would never choose to face. As M. Scott Peck said in the first line of his amazing book, The Road Less Traveled, life is difficult. This is a great truth, one of the greatest truths. It is a great truth because once we truly see the truth, we transcend it. Once we truly know that life is difficult, once we truly understand and accept it, then life is no longer difficult. Because once it is accepted, the fact that life is difficult no longer matters. It's something I learned in the Marines, that before you go into action or an operation, you create a plan, knowing that it probably won't survive more than 30 seconds into the operation. But the fact that you've talked through the plan with your team and tested it in all sorts of ways enables people to take good decisions without immediate and time-delaying supervision. This is what Admiral Nelson did so very successfully prior to his major victories, like the Battle of the Nile in 1798. He talked to his commanders. They discussed the possible ways the battle might go, and then they went back to their ships, confident that as a team, they knew what was in each other's minds. And of course, in those days, once on board their ships, they had no way of communicating with each other except for flags, and that was pretty difficult. They were successful because they were in each other's minds and they knew that if one person did something, it was as a result of the thinking through that they had done together. This is a fundamental element of leadership, which was so graphically demonstrated at that time, and almost 120 years later, so graphically missing at the Battle of Jutland, where the British commanders were unable to take their own decisions and were required only to follow the last command, and autonomy of action was forbidden. And I think even today, we see both types of leadership, leaders that require unquestioning obedience and leaders that trust their people to do what is right in the moment. So as we go into the new year, my thoughts are with all those families whose lives have been devastated in Colorado and indeed elsewhere. And I'll be doing some planning for the coming year, but rather more reflecting on what may happen, the strength of my team, the autonomy they have to make the best decisions in the moment, and all the kinds of things that might arise and face me and us in the weeks and months to come that we're not expecting, and how we might best face them together. So that's my thought for the week. My name's Tom Dennis. I'm the CEO of Serenity and Leadership, and I'll speak to you in 2022.